Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breech coming to you. Got a big football game today. My San Francisco 49ers are taking on the New York Giants, and it's for the NFC Championship game. It's been a long time since the Niners have played in a big game like this. Last week I said it was the biggest game they had in 10 years. This might be the biggest game they played in 15. I don't know. It's been a long damn time, but I gotta go to work. Like the working man, gonna be listening to it on the radio. Wish I could be home. I pulled the hell of a lucky off day last week to watch the game. I actually get to watch it. But this week I will be behind the table cutting meat all day long. So hope for the 49ers. If you're a fan of mine, fan of them, say root for them. But right now we're talking Rumble. It was a few, I don't know, it was almost probably about a month ago. Me and Yaya made one of our podcasts where we talked about, the upcoming year and what we thought was going to happen. And I said that Randy Orton was the biggest, favorite to win the Rumble, seeing how it was in St. Louis. He didn't have the championship at the time. It was probably going to be a great story. It would be his second Rumble win. Hopefully, it'd be more exciting than his first Rumble win. I think that Rumble just sort of rolled along, and everybody knew he was going to win the whole time. It really wasn't that exciting of a match. In the last few days, I've watched the 2010 and 2011 Royal Rumbles. I want to go back. Maybe tonight I think I'm going to watch some of the more classic ones from the very beginning, the ones that Hogan won, the one that Flair won. If you want to watch somebody really put over, the WWF Championship and how much it means, watch Flair's win. The ending of that match is really really good, and the promo he gives makes the WWF title seem so much more important than it really is. He doesn't really put down the NWA title or the WCW title, but he just he just shows you how important that belt is, and he really puts over the fact that he never says his name, but how Hulk Hogan held this belt and made it the number one belt in wrestling, and how proud he is. He even says, "I have a 10 ma." Yeah, yeah, does that a lot better. But I said that Orton was the most easiest choice to win the Rumble. And then bam, the next day he was hurt and he was out. And we really don't know how long he is going to be out. And a lot of people say he's going to be back sooner than later, but I haven't really heard anything about that since it first happened. So, in my mind, I'm guessing that he is hurt. If you want to get to a main event spot at WrestleMania, you have to win the Rumble or you have to win Elimination Chamber. The Rumble is an easier spot to put him into. You don't have to take a whole lot of bumps. All you have to do is sort of go in there and fake a little bit of offense and at least eliminate one guy at the end. And I think even if you're hurt, if you can, stand and walk to the ring, the Rumble is one match that you can get to. Just ask Santino, who ran down there last year, took a brogue kick out of the ring, and then got back up at the end and was the last man eliminated. He really didn't do much except lay on the floor, Bob Backlund or Jerry the King Lawler style the whole match. Um, but basically, that's the easiest way to get Orton into a spot where he could be a main factor at WrestleMania. If you don't do that, you have to put him in the Elimination Chamber, which he's probably gonna have to take a whole lot of bumps on the steel outside of it and the steel around the ring. And for a guy that you're trying to protect and get well faster, he can carry your company, carry SmackDown the way that he's supposed to ever since he moved over. That's the reason why everybody got so pissed off is when he took the belt from Christian is because they were making this guy the number one, and I sort of knew that was going to happen. But a lot of people were Christian fans, and they were sort of upset that he held the title for not that long. If you wanted to put the belt on Orton, why not just find a way to get Orton into that match, and he would have won it from the beginning, or maybe put the belt on Del Rio. Who was a Raw superstar, and have him drop it, so that way it wasn't looking like Christian was not a number one contender over there at all. But I think Christian, got that title win and had a real long feud that lasted through SummerSlam with Orton. So I think it made Christian a bigger star than he was the day before. It's just a shame that his first title win only lasted a day like that. But it's a shame that Christian got hurt. Christian's a guy that I would love to see, around right now, and hopefully he can come back sooner than later. I haven't really heard anything on his return status at all. Honestly, it's been so long I don't even remember what he hurt. I think maybe he tore his pectoral muscle or something like that. But we'll see. It sucks not having Christian around. I liked him a lot. But basically, if you don't do that, you got to have Orton get in there because you don't want Orton hanging around the mid card status at WrestleMania. Again, and it sort of sucks. Orton's one of your main stars. And he needs to be higher up on the card. But if you're not gonna have Orton win the Rumble, it's about time that we have some first time winners around here and we start making some stars. A guy like Sheamus, who's been hanging around the mid card of Raw and SmackDown, hasn't had really a good feud in a real long time. Only a few pay-per-views ago, he had a match against Jack Swagger out of the middle of nowhere on a pay-per-view, and except for that, he's always just the guy that that just he's a surprise opponent for some heel. He comes out, he beats people up, he wins a lot of matches. Honestly, can't remember a lot of losses that he's had since SummerSlam. But Sheamus is the guy that needs a win and gets back in that title picture. I mean, he's a great superstar, and the fans love him ever since he turned face from being heel for so long. I think even as a heel, he had a whole bunch of fans. But he's the guy that needs to get back up the card. You can make a guy like Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett is a heel that came over from Raw, and I thought that he was, one of the main guys over there. So when he comes to SmackDown, the I guess you could say the lesser brand, I thought they would make him a star right off the bat, but he, failed to even find mid card status on SmackDown for the longest time, and now he's been actually winning some matches, changed up his look a little bit. He's got some new guys to have matches with. Hopefully, he can find his way up the card because I mean, WWE needs to make new stars. I mean, the new stars that they've made since last year. You can see over my shoulder, you got Miz there holding up the championship at WrestleMania last year. He headlined WrestleMania, and what's he gonna do this year? I mean, the biggest feud he's got going on along is with R-Truth, and who out there really wants to see Miz versus R-Truth at WrestleMania? It's not really a match. It's gonna be breaking down doors. I don't know if we're gonna have the guys that are in regular matches be in there, but Big Show's guys never won a Royal Rumble. It'd be nice to see him, add to his career, putting that on there. Don't want to see Henry. It's gonna be weird seeing a SmackDown World Heavyweight Championship match with some guys in there. I was talking with somebody the other day about Daniel Bryan being the champion, and was he really going to be the champion going into WrestleMania? I wasn't 100% sure if they would do that. I mean, the World Heavyweight title isn't a title that's at the top of the card all that often, unless Triple H has it at the time, or John Cena. Most of the time, like last year, Del Rio and Edge kicked off the show, which sort of sucked. But I thought the match was decent at best. A lot of people say that WB knew that Edge was hurt, and that's why they had it so low on the card, so it didn't have high expectations. But I don't know. It was just weird. Yeah, I had this weird feeling in my gut when that was the first match the whole time, trying to guess why the hell they were doing it. If they were, going to do some sort of quick finish and then they were going to have the match later in the night or something like that. I just had a whole bunch of things running through my mind about why was this the first match of the night? And then when they had the regular finish, and then they had the extended long ending where it looked like Christian was going to turn heel on Edge, and it never happened. It's just I don't know. It was weird, but all in all, let's see what we can do for SmackDown. Maybe win in a Royal Rumble. One of these guys, Orton, Sheamus, Big Show, somebody like that. Who do you guys see, going over? Who do you guys see being the SmackDown main event for WrestleMania? Let's see what we get cooking. Thank you very much, guys.